We are back over on this site this morning, and I'm sure some of you recognize the little hole right there. That's where I buried the loader with the diamond mower the first time I used it. So this friend of mine that owns this property is ready to put it in the pad for his shop, and we're going to get the driveway entrance kind of lined out. And first I'm going to do is try to light this brush pile up, get it going. I got a few more little scrub trees and junk like that to take out. And then I'm going to go over there where the pad for the shop's going to be and start scratching that off and seeing how much fill and stuff needs to be brought in there. But I figure this morning it's not windy and it's still muddy from all the rain and snow. So this stuff's been laying here. It should take off pretty quick. We'll see if we can get Karen to come outside and see what's going on again. But and I got my little fire motivator over here. So we'll see if we can't get this lit up. And like I said, we'll kind of go around like that tree with the vines on. There's a few of them up there at the front we're going to take out, 'cause that's where we're going to kind of widen the drive up and work on that. So I figured while I'm here kind of getting the pad prepped, we'll be able to keep an eye on this fire. So let's see if we can light this up. Well, that didn't take too much diesel to get that going, so I may rake around here what the leaves are trying to burn and kind of keep it contained. But yeah, looks like we got plenty of big dead stuff now to have kind of a nice core, so I'll just stack it up a little bit more. This will work out pretty well today because it looks like it's somewhat dry, but you can tell everywhere I'm running this machine, it's just tracking down. It's really, really wet still. The good news is this stuff's so dead and laid around, it's really not going to take long to burn any of it. I should be able to toss some of these stumps in there as well. One little tree behind me here. Probably going to try to keep that one. But yeah, this stuff ought to just... I really don't want it sitting there just flaming up super tall, just in case the wind does pick up, but it should just kind of sit there and get some good hot coals now. Definitely one of those jobs it's nice to have when it's wet. So it's kind of that time of the year where you got to be a little bit flexible and just try to, I know you want to, try to start and finish a job, just like up there where I did the house demos. It just needs a few days to dry out, so you just kind of got to bounce around a little bit and go work on what you can. So I would say, I don't know, a couple days I ought to have everything done here that I want to do. Because all I want to try to do now is pop out what little junky trees he doesn't want to keep, and then start trying to get some fill dirt in here to build that shop pad, which we'll go over there in a minute. I'll show you. There's already a house here years and years ago, so there's kind of a flat area, and all we're going to do is just scrape the grass and junk off and extend it a little bit. I gotta build it up maybe 6 inches with fill dirt, and then probably another 6 inches of rock, so that way we don't have to worry about any kind of water or nothing getting in there. I may want to go over here and stop these leaves from burning. I don't really want to catch the woods on fire today. I should have done a little better job of scraping the grass off around the perimeter of this fire, so note to self. The leaves are a little dry, but you can tell it's pretty wet underneath there. Luckily we are just out of the city limits, so I mean, like I said, it's wet enough as long as you're paying attention that you can burn. This lady may still call the fire department or the sheriff on me, we'll see. She's come out every time I've worked over here and wanted to know what I was doing. She was the one in like the first video when I was mowing from the drone footage. You can like see her walking up through the woods. Pile here. Then there's a few, it was like four junk trees up in the front, kind of by the driveway, which we're going to take out. I've got the majority of them ground up and mulched up. There wasn't a lot of big ones that I got with the diamond mower, but the property actually cleaned up really nice. So, and I think, I don't know if they're all going to survive, but I'm going to try to replant about 4 of those oaks. He's got some real nice oaks that are all in one group. I'm going to try to dig some good sized holes and move some of them and kind of space them out where it's more open, because eventually the other side of this fire he's going to build his house, so we're going to try to get a little bit of trees. It'll be kind of in the front yard area, and we're getting close to the end. I mean, you want to basically transplant trees when they're dormant, so like I don't know, late October depending on the temperatures. November through about the middle of March is about the best time to actually do it. Like I said, we're getting to the end where it's going to be kind of close, but oaks are a little behind the rest of them, so I think we'll be able to transplant them and get some water to them and try to save them. Because the problem is, the way they are now, they're so close together that they're going to kind of not have great shape and smother each other out. So while they're young enough, you might, you know, can kind of take it, maybe try to transplant them in, and then you won't have to buy trees whenever he gets his house done. goal today, hopefully get everything kind of burned, and then get the remainder of the trees out. I don't know if I'll get started any fill today or not. I may call and see. Dad's got some other stuff going on, and I wanted to kind of watch this fire before I just left to start hauling fill in. So we may be doing some of that later on, but yeah, we'll just do a little clearing and burning first thing this morning. all the trees that I got to take down. I just got some little dead pieces and some junk and stuff like that where those trees are at. And I may go along some of the edge of here and just pick up some of the dead and then back on that fence row behind me. But then I've been trying to sort through that pile that was there. There was sticks and dirt, so I need to rake through that again. But that's pretty much all the full-size trees to take out, so we'll just kind of I'm gonna try to keep my fire pushed up and get as much of it burned up before I gotta leave this evening. And I'll probably really make sure to scratch the grass and stuff around there, so I mean that's not for 6 or 7 hours, so by that time hopefully all the little stuff will be burned up and it'll just be the bigger pieces laying there smoldering. But we'll push them up, and then I'll either go around and pick up some of the dead junk or just kind of start scratching out where the pad's going to be and see what kind of dirt we have there. That pad has been there forever, and like I said, I know there was a house on it, but we'll just make sure it's not kind of soft or dirt junk or whatever, and then try to get all that scratched out and figure out exactly where it's going to go, and then see if I got any time to go get some fill. I tried to kind of break those trees up the best I could. Just it seems a little easier. They burn up a little faster than just trying to throw a whole tree on there, and then you got to let it burn through, and then you got to rake it over. And easier if you can kind of snap the top or the limbs off of it and get it in the fire. But that's where we're at for now, so I'll break through my sticks here real quick. Start stripping that grass off and see if we can't kind of get the pad laid out. This is probably going to show up real well, but this is kind of I'll just put some pictures up of how the pad area looks. I had to cut it down a little bit to finally find some clay, and then I found I think the old septic tank, so it had a bunch of rock and concrete and junk in it, but they didn't knock the bottom out so the water could drain. And then my fire burned down really well. Probably about the only one that's going to show up's the glow. I just kind of got some of the bigger pieces left now, so I'll just kind of let it sit there for tonight, and then get back in the morning and just kind of rake it up, and it'll just keep taking off, I bet. And we should be able to get all these burned up tomorrow, and then maybe I'll probably start trying to start hauling some clay in here tomorrow. It's a little wet over there where I've got that dug down, but I think we can kind of bridge over it because it's good clay. It's just kind of got a bunch of groundwater soaking out now that I've got that cut open. So we'll get the excavator greased up, parked, and catch you guys tomorrow.